In the beginning, God created the heavens and the... You got it. This is the game that I want to feature today. It is an incredible game. It's by Inside Up Games. It plays 1 to 5 players in about 45 to 90 minutes, they say. It goes by fairly quickly all the times that I've played it. It does not drag. The best part is it's created by a Canadian and it's age 14 plus. So let's start from the very top. We each have our own playing mat. I have this set up for 2 players, and these little leaf tokens, we place them when we earn a spot on the main player board. But I will explain that as we go along. So we each start with an island card, and this tells you your beginning hand that you are dealt. And you can choose whichever side of the card looks best for you. There are quite a few island cards, so there's lots of variety each game. This one says that I get to draw 6 cards, compost 2 of them, and get 7 soils. And whenever I activate the watering power, then I get to compost 2 cards from the deck. This section is for the climate card. It also has 2 sides. This one says I can compost, whenever I activate this yellow power, I can compost 1 from my hand and get a growth token. These are growth tokens. This section is an ecosystem section. So it's also double-sided that you can choose what you want to strive for. So this one is 6 points for every row with 4 cards, all of the same type. So you need to have 4 trees, or 4 herbs, or bushes, 4 mushrooms, 4 herbs, or 4 terrain in your row. So that's something to strive towards. And obviously each card is different for each person. So that's kind of neat. You all have different goals that you want to get. These cards are also worth points. This is how much point each card is worth, that symbol there. And this is the type of card, like this is a rocky symbol, this is sun and rock. And this one is sun and water. So those symbols you need to pay attention to throughout the game if your card is working towards that, has that as a goal. My ecosystem card here is 2 points for every canopy. This is a really good card. These are called canopies. You put these on. Here's your growth tokens. Each card has, well, here's a card for example. Oh, that's a terrain card. Some more terrain cards. Who did not shuffle these cards very well? Okay, so this one has a 2 capacity growth token that's worth 3 points. So if I played this one, you put your growth token here, and then since it's only 2, you put 1 growth token and then a canopy. So I would get 2 points for every canopy that I have. That is something really good to strive towards. So not only do we have our own each individual player boards, there is also a main player board with more things to look for and goals to achieve. So there's 2 slots, more slots for ecosystem cards. And then these are fauna slots. They are brown cards, and we can also fulfill these through the game. So there's 6 different options on here and 1 option on our own card. So lots of scoring abilities. So this bald eagle, for instance, we need to have 4+ flora cards, each with a 3+ growth symbol. And then whoever reaches that first in their tableau, they get to put it on the first empty leaf spot. So as the first one to get it, I get 15 points. The next person to achieve it gets 11 points. So this card, like I said, says the beginning hand is 6 cards. So we'll draw 6 cards and then compost 2. So I'm going to compost these 2. And every composted card is worth a point at the end of the game. And then you get 7 soil. The soil comes in 10, 5, and individual. So there's the 7 soil. This is the active player marker. And whoever's turn it is, they will put it to where they want to play. So this person wants to do the green, which means that you get to plant 2 cards from your hand into your tableau and then draw 4 cards from the deck, keeping 1 of them. Me, as the passive player, I get to plant 1 card from my hand and draw 1 card from the deck. So it's really neat. Everybody gets to play all the time. I just love it. So let's say that I've built up my tableau really nicely. I've got quite a few cards here. And now I'm going to take the action of red. I need some more soil. So I get 5 soil and then I get to compost 2 cards from the deck. Not only does this person get to either get 2 soil or compost 2 cards, we also get to activate all the red powers in our tableau. So this one is when you compost 1 card from your hand, you get 2 soil. This one is you give up a growth token and you get 3 soil. And so the bigger your tableau, the more exponential are your powers, and it gets really, really interesting and quite fun. The first few games that I played, I was very overwhelmed with all the cards I was collecting in my hand, and I couldn't keep track of all the different plants that I wanted to play. So my biggest tip for you is, if any of your activations include composting from your hand, do it. Don't take the other action, compost. Like I said, every composted card is worth a point, and it also helps you to manage your hand. That's my biggest tip for anyone, is to get rid of cards in their hand. Otherwise it won't be fun and it's pretty overwhelming. The first person to fill out their 4x4 tableau triggers the end of the game. And then you add up all the points on your cards and all the sprouts on your cards. This green one is for watering, so you get 6 sprouts. And each card, most of the cards have spots where you can put your sprouts. So those are each a point at the end of the game. Also, the first person to fill up their tableau gets 7 extra points, so that's nice. So there's even more gameplay to be had. Let's flip over these boards. Oops. This one is for solo play. I haven't explored it all yet, but I definitely want to. And then this board here is for team players. It's really good if you're experienced and you're trying to teach somebody else how to play Earth. You can team up. So this board houses your resources. These are your compost cards, your growth tokens, your sprouts, and your cards, and you share the resources between each other. So it's kind of neat, kind of different. When we see the different variety of plants and fungi that are possible and the interdependence of the ecosystem, it's not just science. It shows how incredible, creative, and wise God is, because everything thrives upon everything else. It's all just a balance. And because this game just draws me closer to God and makes me more in awe of Him, it definitely gets a 2-fish rating. So tell me in the comments, what is your favorite thing about God's creation and about living in this earth?